Hi, my friends, it's Linda with Sweet Aria Decor, and we are about to turn this ghost candy dish into a really fun Halloween arrangement for your porch. Let's go. I'm gonna start with a can of Gaps and Cracks. Looks just like this. This is spray foam insulation. You can find it over by the masking tape section in your hardware store. I'm gonna screw the nozzle right on. I'm gonna shake it real good. Shake it to the left, shake it to the right. And keep on shaking it to make sure that it comes out all nice and fluffy. So keep on shaking it. Keep shaking. Keep shaking. Do this outside in a well-ventilated area. And just know that whatever you spray, it is going to puff up to almost twice the size. So be slightly generous, but not too much because you don't want it to overflow. You can also cut it level with a knife. Okay, now we're gonna spray right inside the mold. I like to spray going around in a ring, so I start at the bottom and go around. Okay, we are going to let these guys sit overnight, and we will see what they look like in 24 hours. Okay, here we are on day 2, and look how much that has puffed up. I wasn't kidding when I said it's going to get puffy. So what I'll do then is take a knife and just cut it straight across, and we can start using this to build out our arrangement. Exciting. So this is nice. It's been over 24 hours. We can stick all of our picks and our stems and our florals right into this, right? But we don't want to have that big lump there. So what I'm going to do is take my floral knife, and you can do this with a serrated knife, but I'm just going to, cutting away from me. Hold on. I got to hold on to this so it doesn't slide. I'm just going to, okay, going around. Careful not to cut my hand. Woo! Oh, fling. And you can save that piece that just flung off too. You can use it, you can glue it on anything. It's basically a block of floral foam. You just don't have to go buy it at the Dollar Tree, right? All right, so now we have a nice flat surface to start with. I'm not going to paint this one because I don't think that we're going to see too much of it, but I do want to make sure that we don't see too much. So what I'm going to try, and I'm not sure if this is well thought out or not, but you know, too late to change my mind now. I'm going to put some mesh ruffles all around here. So it's almost kind of acting like the brim of a hat. So I have some mesh that it's 10-inch mesh. I've cut it already to 18 inches. You see, I have 3 pieces already cut. I'm going to have to cut a few more manually. So I got these 3. Got some black ones that snuck in there, but I do have the rest of my roll here. Okay, got that. Let me cut, get my rotary cutter. And I want to basically kind of add that around the edge just because I don't want to see a gappy seam in there. You know, it's just kind of not going to look good. So I'm going to I'll cut 2 of these. So maybe I'll end up using 5. I don't know. But I'm cutting them at 18 inches because I don't need these to be huge. I just need these to be enough. And we'll see. Maybe I won't need it. But when I make my giant jack-o'-lanterns, I do a similar process with that. So I am nothing if not a creature of habit. All right. So what we are going to do, isn't he cute, Pam? And he lights up. So he's got 3 C batteries under here, 3 C batteries, and you can turn him on. Let's turn him on while we're decorating him. But you can't tell because I got all the lights on it. When we're done, I'll turn down the other lights and I'll light them up. But the other side is a timer. So I've got some other lights that do that too. So it'll go on for, I think, maybe 6 hours from when the timer goes on. Okay, so I'm taking my mesh and I want to go curl side up because I want the curls to kind of go outward. So I'm going to curl it once, 2, kind of like 3 times from the top, and again a little up from the bottom. This helps hide the ends so that they don't fray. And then I'm going to ruffle it up. So this is a cruffle. It's a curl plus a ruffle. Okay, we have that. Okay. Now, I probably don't need the whole thing. I'm just going to do a half here just to secure it. All right. I'm going to do something different. Instead of using my pick machine, my friend Liz recommended I use a U-pin. And that makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to just create like a little twist. I'm just going to close that in here, right? Twist it a little bit, but then I'm going to kind of put this U-pin right in the back. All right, so we're going to kind of maneuver that right through there, okay? And I can just kind of continue, twisting the rest of this, getting it nice and tight. You know, I was thinking of putting it in that way. I was going to go over the whole thing with the U-pin. I don't know. That might actually work better. I think I might end up doing that. Just pierce the whole thing with the U-pin. Yeah, I'm going to do that instead of putting it on the cruffle. We'll see. All right. I'm just going to trim whatever's excess. Okay. All right. Now let's try it. Let's see if it's going to work. All right. So I'm just going to straddle this with the U-pin. Or I guess it can kind of poke through the mesh. It doesn't matter because it's sharp. It's going to go through. Come on. It's sharp. It's going to go through, as it does not go through. All right. We got the U-pin going through. We're not going to see the center, so it doesn't really matter. So I've got this U-pin. I'm just going to add some glue to those prongs, okay? Just a little bit. I got my hand on the other side, so I don't want to glue too much and end up getting burned. But I think I'm going to start from here, go right in the center, kind of put it right down like that. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. Super, super cute. All right. Now I'm going to go add ones to the side, one to the back, and then we shall see. So here, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to try to go faster on this one since that was our prototype. You guys saw how I did it. I did a cruffle. I curled it down from the top, and then I ruffled up the rest. Here we go. Curl, 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 twist, twist, twist. All right. And yeah, that is staying in there really good. Cut it off. Now, I always did the pumpkins using my pick machine, but not everybody, not many people honestly have a pick machine. So, okay, here we go. I'm going to glue the second one. Oh gosh, I don't want to get the glue on my hands. I'm going to turn that around. Now let's see. I think I can kind of come at it like from the sides here. Just kind of go in. So I might only need 4 pieces. Front, back, side, and side. All right. Well, now I get an extra piece of mesh. For the other one, I bought 2 of these ghosties. I could only get 2 of these ghosties. I got these ghosties. And then they had a pumpkin one too, which was really super cute. So of course I got that one too. 2, 3. Here we go. I think this is going to turn out really, really cute. Go. Oh, wait, I lost myself on the live. I lost myself. Oh, I brought it back. I brought it back. Oh, no, I didn't. There we go. Oh my gosh, so many of you. Carrie, I am so glad that your wreath event went wonderfully. We were all excited watching you, what was going on across the pond. We were at our retreat. You guys were at yours. You did a fantastic job, and I'm sure now you are hopefully relaxing. That's a lot of work. I don't think people understand how much effort goes into doing something like that. So yay, kudos to you. Lori, hello. Leslie, Brandy, hello. Pam, oh, it keeps going away. Son of a gun. That's not what I was going to say, but I caught myself. Shelly from California. Sandra, this ghost guy came from Walmart. Yep. Now my Walmart didn't have very many, and it was actually, I had to go to a couple different, look at a couple different ones near me to find out which ones had them. It's made by a company called Mr. Halloween. That was the sticker that was on the front. So that's where I got that. Hopefully they'll have more in. gonna go this way. Boom, boom, boom. Push, push, push. Alrighty, there we go. I just want to be able to have some cute little ruffles under there, and then because I'm going to have stuff cascading over, so we're probably not going to see too much of this, and maybe I won't do it for the other one, but I just wanted to see how what this turned out like, you know. All right, I'm going to go for the next ruffle here. Now this one's got some strings. I got no strings to hold me down. I hate stringy mesh. All right, here's our last one, and then we can get started with the fun stuff. Stuffing it chock full of goodies. Here we go, the last U-pin. Believe it or not, I haven't really typically used U-pins very much. I've had a whole box sitting here for the longest time. I probably should use it. All right, here we're going to go with the last one. I'm going to add some glue just to the ends of the U-pin. And flip it over so it doesn't drip on me. And boom, going right in along the edge. There we go. All right, so here is our cute little ghosty guy. All right, that's what we're doing so far. The next thing we're going to do is add on layers of, I call it greenery. Okay, there's nothing green about it. It's black, but I don't want to call it blackery. It's greenery. It's green. Now this is basically 60919. Now I had trouble finding the black and orange, so I did order this from Factory Direct Craft. This was number 635260R. So that's where I got that, but it's basically 60919. Just their version of it. You can get it at DecoExchange. You can look for it. You can look for it at Craft Outlet. I don't know if MCBrafts carries it or not, but I'm going to start with just 3. I'm going to see where we're using just these 3 pieces gets us. I pulled it apart, but I have a feeling I'm going to want to use all 6 because I want it to be lush and full. Now, the reason I like this is because the base on this is really flat, and this is incredibly stable, unlike me. So it's not going to tip over, which is good. Okay, so I've got that fluffed. I'm going to fluff these, and I cut the ends all nice and straight so it goes in well. I can put a pick on my pick machine see how they get unwrapped. So if it doesn't stay together, then they all kind of start splaying out like that when you try to shove it in. So in that case, I would have to try to use a pick machine, but I usually can avoid it. This usually stays together pretty well. Okay, and then now this is the one that is still attached. This one will probably be more like, maybe like in the center. So I'm going to cut it right down here, right. You see how it bumps out and then it cuts down. It's kind of like, I'm gonna snip it right below its ass. Okay, it's just got that little booty bump. I'm snipping it right by the booty. Right by the booty. Ouch. Now we got to fluff this one out. So we're spreading it out because if you just shove it in like that, it just kind of goes in and it's thin. But if you spread it out like this, everything gets a chance to breathe. It gets a chance to shine. You've heard me say it before. It's like coming home and taking off your bra. You want to just let it breathe and spread out, right? Okay, there we go. All right, I am going to put this piece in. I'm going to need, okay, yeah, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to need all 6. All right, putting that in. Now, I'm not going to go super tall on this arrangement, just because he's already kind of tall. So I don't think we need to go too cray-cray. Okay, 1, 2. I'll go around and I'll put one back here. I'm putting it between the cruffles, okay? I don't want to stab that mesh. Trying to shove stuff through mesh is not easy. And I think there's a lag. Are you guys, is it like jumpy? I hope that you guys are viewing it better than I am. My daughter's gaming and she's using up all my bandwidth. So yay for her. Here we go. There we go. All right. Cut this one off too below the booty line. There we go. All right. Well, let's give it a fluff. Oh my gosh. Sorry. This scared me. I moved it and I thought that these were bugs. It's the chenille stem. I don't know why I suddenly jumped like I thought it was a bug. Oh, I don't like bugs. Something bugs me about bugs. My stepson used to, well, he still loves bugs, and I know that he kept a little terrarium of different things downstairs, and I never looked in his room. I didn't want to know what I don't know can't escape and bite me, I guess, is kind of my methodology on that one. Let's go back to the chat. I want to see what you guys are doing. Cree Shotwell, well, hello. Thanks for joining. And Carla, wow. Thanks, guys. Well, welcome. Now that you have officially watched me, you are what I call a sweetie. You're one of us. I go live every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, and I also go live on Tuesdays at noon for what I call Monday Crafternoon. It's kind of fun. All right, so I kind of put the tall one, short. Now I'm going to kind of mimic that right here, okay? Doing the same thing, but on the other side. The problem with me is I am a very symmetrical person, and we don't always want to be super symmetrical when we're designing. It could end up looking weird. But then again, if it's not symmetrical, like we want hints of symmetry, but not exactness. And that's where I struggle personally. Okay, one's going to go in the front here. It's so satisfying to push that down into the foam. I love that sound. It's the happiest sound on earth, next to the cha-ching that Etsy makes. Cha-ching, cha-ching. I don't even mind when it goes off at 2 in the morning. If it's a sale, it wakes me up. Yay! Happiness. Okay. So we have gotten this so far. So here we go. This is what we have with our dude. It's looking good. Now, I will tell you, I am going to put a bow in. It's not going to be super big. It's going to be just 2 1.5-inch ribbons. I'm trying to go like, I don't know, longer loops and not as many. Okay, you guys can see it pretty good. Okay, is it fuzzy for you? Is it fuzzy for you? I hope not. All right, here we go. I'm going to do a little quick clean because if you know me, I have some issues with having to, it's some OCD stuff. Okay, I can't help it. I cannot work if it's messy. It just, I can't. All right, so now we've got that in there. I do have some of this. I bought this at the Fright Fest at the farm. I bought a whole case of it. The last night, Max was having a huge sale from MCBrafts, and I was like, I got to get me on that. So I bought it. I bought like a whole bunch of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. And this is just a white filler bush. It's white, black with white. It's just plastic. And these are not the pusher ones. No, but they're good. And they do come, like, I've seen them in a variety of colors. So check MCBrafts. I do have an affiliate link. If you go into my profile, you will see that there is a link tree. What a link tree is basically a crap ton of links to lots of other stuff. Ooh, one off to the side. So I have a link tree there. It goes to my affiliate links for DecoExchange, MCBrafts, the Easy Bows, Design Pro, my favorite thing. Lots of good stuff. I'm going to put one in the front now because I think it needs it up there. But then it also takes you to my Etsy shop and a couple other places. So I think I have to update it though because it still has I had a website, Mesh Trees, and then I kind of just took it down. I was paying for a website that wasn't really getting much traffic, and it was showing tomato cage trees, but I can't really ship those too much. So I'm like, I'm going to let it go. Which was not easy, but it was easier when I saw that it was going to cost me like $200 and some. And I'm like, oh, bye-bye. My money can be better spent elsewhere. So going in, going to come through maybe that one spot there. Okay, and I got the 5th one. I'm just going to go right in the center with this one. This would have been pretty in just green or just orange as well, but okay. So, oh, a string. So let's tilt him. Now you're going to be able to see how much it's filled in. Pretty good. You can't really see too much of that foam in there anymore, thankfully, because then I would have to fill it with Spanish moss. I'm sorry. That is my reaction to Spanish moss. I know it is a necessary evil of what we do, but I cannot stand that stuff. Nasty. All right. I want to put in next my florals. I just threw some on the floor. I have some black roses. Now these I just ordered from Pioneer Wholesale. I was introduced to them when I went to Wreath Makers Live. They gave us a really cool booklet, and I was trying to find some really nice looking black with black leaves. Yeah, it's got the green on there. I'm not too fond of that, but you know, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to use too many of these, but I do want to start putting some of these in. So we are going to snip. I'm going to go with the tallest one. I just kind of like, yeah, that's pretty good. This is going to be my center point. It's going to go right kind of in the middle to kind of set the height for the rest of our little ghost man. There we go. All right. See how this is not going to be, it's not going to be super, super tall. I don't want it to be super, super tall. You know what? Before I get into the rest, I think I'm going to make the bow. What do you guys think? Should it be bow making time? We're going to go make the bow. I think we're going to make the bow. The question is, am I going to use a bow making tool? Or I don't want to capture a quick note. Get out of the way. No. Am I going to try to do it by hand? I hate having to make bows by hand. Can I tell you guys that? Most bow makers are like, I can do it by hand. Oh, it's so easy. I can't do it. Angela doesn't like the moss either. Ravenna, hello. Angela, happy anniversary. All right. I have, look at this. Look at that juicy, juicy ribbon. This is Ferris Silk. We love Ferris Silk. It has the best bow. I mean, the ribbon on there is just phenomenal. I've got that. Now, I've got another option, though, too. And I'm debating, so I want you guys to tell me, because I have a D. Stevens right behind me. Their oranges are slightly different, so let's take a look. There's that, and then there's this. And I can tell you right now, it might look a little different to you, but I'm going to go with that one because it's a bit of a darker orange, and this is more of a brighter orange. And I just feel like it's contrasting a little too much. So I'm going to use the more expensive ribbon. I was going to put some of this in there too, but I don't know. I kind of think I just want to use this. I'm gonna go simple, which is very hard for me. I usually end up going way overboard, but I'm gonna go simple on this, which means then I am, oh lordy, I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna try making it by hand. All right, and I'm probably gonna want a zip tie. All right, I'm gonna regret it. All right, so let's take a look at the back side of this. You know it's D Stevens, so you know it's going to have a beautiful backside. I don't have a beautiful backside. I have the flattest butt I've ever seen. But D. Stevens, fantastic. So we're going to fold it once, and then I'm going to fold it again. Okay. Oh, no. You know what? Actually, I got to make a nicer, cleaner cut because that's kind of coming undone. Ooh. Well, that whole thing is coming undone. Oh, I'm not too happy about that. I don't like that. All right. You know what? I'm gonna like add a little bit of glue to kind of glue this down a little bit. For being such a nice ribbon, I'm really surprised that is how that end phrase like that. Not too pleased with that, D. Stevens. It's like the cording is fraying. We don't like that. Ew. No, I don't look at that. I don't like that. You can still. Doesn't look very good. Maybe I can trim it. Man, for a $38 roll of ribbon, it should not do that. Like anytime that you cut it, which you're going to have to do, it's going to fray. All right. I'll deal with that later. I'll probably end up coloring it in with a Sharpie. But Okay, so I'm going to have a tail. I'm going to put a bow just over here on this side, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to have a tail coming down. Okay. I'm going to go like a loop. And a loop. Yeah. Here we go. Another loop. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I'm starting over. I guess I hate doing hand bows. I freaking hate it. I can pinch and twist it. That's probably what I need to do. Pinch and twist. Yeah, pinch and twist, pinch and twist. I just hate making bows by hand. There's nothing worse. My hands don't work and I hurt my thumb. So bear with me on this. Check it. Nah, needs to be a little bit longer. Okay, all right. Now put another one. Oh Lord. I suck at this. Like seriously, I'm not gonna lie. I am terrible at making bows by hand. I'm not liking this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like it. Not happy. I'm not happy. Try it again. Try it again. Don't pinch and twist. Don't pinch and twist. Just go. Just go. I think I need to work back to front. Okay, so I'm wiping back to front. Okay, that's gonna be the top. Okay. See, we all struggle. We all struggle. Yeah. Doesn't help that this is, I mean, being stiff is good. That's what she said. Sorry. Sorry. But okay. Let's see. This one's too big. Oh Jesus. What are you doing, Linda? Fuck it. Sorry. I said a bad word. And I don't care. I gotta use a bow maker, guys. My hand hurts so bad. I can't do it. I cannot do it. All right. 6 inches on one side, 6 inches on the other. I tried not to have any shame, but I do. Okay, 6 inches on one, 5 inches on another. All right, and then that comes out to 9 inches, and I cut it off at 11 something, maybe a little longer for the bottom. All right, bending that over. Sorry. Oh, I didn't realize you guys couldn't see it. I'm so sorry. I'm running out of room here. You couldn't see that. Sorry. That is really a crappy edge on that very expensive ribbon. Do not like that at all. And now I'm going to burn myself trying to flip it over. Dang it, Bobby. All right. I'll trim off what I can. And then I'll color the rest of it with a Sharpie. All right. Let me get the glue off my nails. I can show you. I just made 2 6-inch loops and 2 5-inch loops, okay? On the bow maker because I had to. All right, I had to. You know what? I'm not ashamed. All right, but I'm going to grab a U-pin and shove that in the back here so that I can get that shoved into our little ghosty dude. All right, I got a U-pin going right through the back. Hopefully not through my finger. Nice and straight. Here we go. Well, that's not going to stay very well now, is it? Guys, look, not every craft that I think of is going to be a winner. All right. Let me just kind of hold it up for a second and sort of see. All right. Okay, so that's going to kind of go. I think I want to try to put it, you know, I kind of almost want it a little higher up. So maybe, you know what, maybe I'm going to do, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to get a pipe cleaner around there and get one of my skewers. I should have squeezed it in here before I made it too tight, but you know, we do what we do. Shove, shove, shove. Get in there, get in there. Go, 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 go. Screw it. I'll cut a new zip tie. All right. Let's try it again once more with feeling. All right, shove that in here. So this is what happens when I try to go live and I haven't eaten. I'm like, I'm hungry, I'm tired, it's not going well. It will go well. This is just the part that I was kind of worried about. I don't do hand bows, so yeah. Okay, so I've tightened this, but I've got a pipe cleaner on the back, right? What am I going to do with the pipe cleaner? Well, remember before we had our 60919? And we cut it off. And we saved our skewer. Yay, skewer for the win. So I'm going to cut this down. All right, and I'm going to take this pipe cleaner and I'm going to twist it. I'm going to twist it so it's like one big long piece, okay? One big long piece. There we go. All right, okay. Bowmaker, you can go away. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Bowmaker. Will you forgive me? There we go. All right. Okay. So now I'm just gonna, I don't need all that. That's a little much. But I'm gonna take my skewer that I cut. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit dab of glue on the end. Okay, on the end of the skewer, I'm adding some glue. Okay, and then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it right here. And I'm gonna start wrapping. It's right at the tip, right? I'm just gonna wrap this pipe cleaner right around it. Now I just got glue up at the top because I don't want to get glue on my fingers where I'm at right now because that would suck. All right, and then you can kind of tighten it. Okay, and now, oh look, we have a bow on a skewer. And I can make it go sideways, I can make it go up and down. All right, so before I put it in there, I want to bring these loops together. So we want to pinch it so that we don't see the zip tie. We want to bring that around, that up and kind of curl it. I'm gonna bring this over that way, and there we go. Okay, so this is gonna be just a little hint of a bow, okay? We're gonna put it in. Like I said, for some reason, I want it on this side. So I'm gonna stick that in there. I think I can probably get rid of some of the length on this. But before I do, I'm gonna add just a little bit more glue. I'm securing it down here at the bottom so it doesn't go anywhere, and a little bit more up at the top. Let's let that sit for a moment so that Linda does not burn herself. And then I'm gonna take a little bit more off. Just a little off the top, ma'am. Hey, there we go. All right, I'm gonna let that set up because last thing I want to do is get my hand in there. Okay, I'm gonna add some glue to the bottom of the skewer, or whatever you want to call it, the stem. All right, I'm going in, finding the foam, and I'm gonna start pushing it in. Okay, push, 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 push. I want to bring this up. Okay, let's leverage that. Bring that loop. And there we go. We got just, all I wanted was just a little bit of a hint. Just a little bit of a hint of a bow, okay? Just a little bit. Perfect. All right, I'm going to put this D. Stevens behind me so I don't get any glue on my very expensive roll of ribbon that has a really crappy edge. All right. All right, so what are we going to do now? Well, we're going to continue adding some roses in here. Looking back at that now, I want to make this a little shorter. Look how easy that was. I just yanked it right out. I'm going to take off about an inch. Just wanted to go a little shorter. That was bothering me the entire time that I was making the bow. All right, we're going to go back in. There, I like that better. It wasn't as towering. All right, let's put a couple more black roses in. I want to have some coming out, you know, like this way. A couple in that way. Again, kind of going off the side here. I'm going to put this one behind the bow. All right, but we also want to make sure that we take this guy, we turn him all the way around so that we are not going to be neglecting the back. All right, don't neglect the back. But we still have orange ones too, so we're not going to go overboard on our black florals. Okay, we don't want to go crazy because we are definitely going to be putting in. There's a lot that I have. I pulled a bunch of stuff. I'm not necessarily going to be using all of that stuff though. Here we go. Okay, and I think one more right there ought to do it for the black. And then I'm going to add some other picks and stuff, and then I'm going to put in my orange ones later. All right. That's looking pretty good. I'm liking it. Okay, black roses can go down there. Orange one's going to go to the side. Clean up my little mess. All right, so let's take a look. Now it's time to look at the good stuff, guys. The good stuff. I have orange curls. Those oranges aren't looking the same orange though, so I might take a pass on those potentially. I have candy corn balls. Giggity. I have these. I definitely want to use. These are some cute little candy corn picks. I have some of these ghosts. I've got 2 of these ghosts here. All right, kind of put in there. But I also, instead of that, I have these fluffy ones, and I think these are really cute. But I might like the metallic look on these instead, because look at that. That is what I'm building this whole thing around. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And we're going to cut the stem down, but I think I'm going to put that in now. I'm going to put that in now. I've been saving this. Been saving it, and I'm putting it in here. Okay. All right. So that's the front because of where the bow is. See, that's the back. That's the front. I tried making these myself, and it was horrible. I looked horrible doing it. My fingers were all, oh my God, my fingers are a mess. It was just a disaster. I will try to step out of the frame. You guys are all I've seen is the back of my head. Let me move that. There we go. Okay, I'm going to try to figure out where do I want for the height. So I think the height I kind of want there, right? But then it goes down, I think, to about there. So I can cut it here. But it has this ribbon wrapped around the stem. So I can cut it, but then I have to go back and I've got to cut the ribbon. But then it starts to unravel. So I got to add a little dab of glue just so I can get the ribbon back on there. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. And then I can just glue the crap out of the whole thing. There we go. All right. Yeah, where do we want to put this? I'm going to push it in a little further. I don't want See, it boings a little bit, which is cool, but I don't want too much boingy. Not too much boingy. Okay. The other thing I have is I've got these ball picks. I had this and I was kind of thinking about it, but I'm like, that's kind of a lot to be in there. But then again, he's kind of going to be chock full of a bunch of stuff. So maybe I put him, oh, putting him over by the bow, actually, I kind of like that. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just throwing in random stuff here, guys. Whatever kind of cute pics and stuff you can find. I'm just going to put that right. Oh, you know, hold on a second. I got it. The hat is coming up and down on the stick. So I just got to add a little glue there. So then it sticks to the stick. All right. Cute, cute, cute. Loving it. I have these little doohickeys. I've got a bunch of these. I think I'm going to try to put these in now too. So let's go add these. These came from Michael's. They were new this year, Michael's. I don't think they had these last year. They really stepped up their game. These retail price is $7.99. My friends, do not pay $7.99. No, no, no. Get them on sale. Okay, that's going to go in the back right here. And flip them around. That's kind of where I want to go, is like in the back. Okay, so if that's going to be as high as I want him, it's got to come down a little bit. So I'm going to cut it right here because it does slope down. It's like a scooped bowl in there. So I could be hitting the side depending on how far in I put this, but I'm not going directly on the back. It's just kind of like back of center. Okay, let's turn it around. So cute, so cute. So to balance it, I'm going to need to put one kind of like over here and then another one kind of like over here. All right. Now, they're going to have to go more toward the outside because these do not have the longest stems on them. So I'm going to try to go along the outside. Around the outside, around the outside. Sorry. Is this not the time and place for M&M? No? All right. All right. Putting this one in. There we go. I want to be able to see a little bit. Bend it up. Kind of see a little bit of it kind of through the bow. Ugh, glue strings. Glue strings abound. Here we go. Pull that up. All right, cute, cute. Yeah, I'm going to go up a little higher. There we go. I want to be able to see it through there. Okay, be able to see it through there. And this other one, I'm going to try to get it right through there. So let's see how close I can get it. All right. Let's not get the glue on the fingers. That would really hurt, don't you think? All right. Ooh, it's in there. Now I can pull it down a little bit. The good thing about these is you can shape them and you can kind of move them around. Oh my gosh, that's looking so cute. I'm only going to use 3. I had 2 picks of these, but I think I'm only going to need to use 1, to be honest. All right, what else do we have? We have the candy corn aspects, and we have, here we go. We have our little ghosty dudes. And then we have these. I don't know, is ghost and a ghost too much? Is that too meta to put a ghost on a ghost? I'm debating. Phyllis, I'm glad you like it. Oh, sorry. I didn't have it over. You're right. I moved the phone and I didn't move the ghost. Shame on me. Shame on me. Here, let me move him. There we go. That is better. There we go. All right. There. Is that better? Better? Let me move you further back too. You guys can see a bit more. There we go. All right. I'll keep it that way. Maybe a little back. I feel like an optometrist. Better 1 or 2, 3 or 4. Sorry. All right, here we go. 50% off at Michael's. Oh yeah, baby. All right, I think I'm going to add these guys for height because I want to add some taller stuff. So I am going to pull these apart. We are going to use these. These are so cute. And look at how long that stem is. Ooh. I'm not saying that length matters, but sometimes with your picks, it does. Here we go. All right, so let's hold it. I want one to be popping up kind of like right there. You see that? And I want to be able to see his little legs too. So I'm going to cut him off like right down here. I can always pull him out and cut it off if I need to, but we want to add a little bit of glue. All right, so I'm going to move him now. I'll make sure I stay kind of in view because I got to be able to see what I'm doing back here. Oh, Lord. All right, I've made contact with the foam. Contact has been made, and I'm pushing, and I'm pushing, and I'm pushing, and I'm pushing, and oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. And it's hitting. I got to make it just, I was off by an inch, guys. I was off by an inch. Give me an inch and I'll take a mile. I'm bringing him back. Hold on, I'm bringing him back. Just give me a second. All right, bringing him back. All right, let's go. Push him in, push, push. Push, it's crowning. No, sorry. Nobody wants to go through that again. All right, so we've got one guy there. Well, then we're going to have to, I think, maybe do one guy off to the side a little bit. So he's kind of like coming out here. And I need a little bit of stem. So we're going to go like this. Who knows? It's trial and error because, again, the inside of this is like a scooped bowl. So where on earth? Holy cow. Where is... Hold on. There we go. I couldn't find the foam. Could not find the foam. Got the foam. It's going. Ugh. Man. Well, that might be okay. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. So then this other last one's going to have to be taller. Where'd it go? I'm losing my mind. I lost the ghost. Where did he go? Oh, he fell on the floor. He was trying to make a mad dash. He was escaping. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's see. What are we going to do with this guy? I would like to see him come right in here. But on an angle. But not too... I don't know. Maybe a little bit more toward the front. Yeah, I need to bring it a little bit more toward the front. All right. And then you can kind of bend down. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to put him in straight and then I'll bend him. Bend it like Beckham. No, I don't play soccer. I don't watch any kind of sports at all. None whatsoever. Where's the foam? Where's the foam? There we go. Sorry. All right, I'm going to put him straight down. All right, and then start bending him over a little bit. Kind of like intertwine him with these leaves. Bend it a little bit. Bend it up a little bit. There we go. All right. Oh my gosh, this is looking so super cute. I am going to want to put something else in here though. It needs a little something. Okay. I got these ghosties too, but that might be a little bit too much. That's too much ghosting. So, what are we going to do? Well, oh, I know. Look what I got from my mystery box at Breakfast at the Farm from my MCBrafts mystery supply box. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Fantastic. All right, so I am going to cut this into 2 pieces. You see how it's got like a bunch up there and then a bunch down at the bottom? I'm cutting that into 2 pieces, like right there, because I want to be able to kind of add some stuff kind of coming down there. So I'm going to do that with this one. I'm going to put it in there, but I want to kind of angle it a little bit. Get out of there. All right, it's in there. There we go. Just got some little wisps of fun coming. You know, let me just cut another one real quick since I'm doing this. How did I do that one? All right, did that. All right. I'm going to kind of put one sort of kind of similar-ish on the other side. Again, you notice, here's my thing with the symmetrical stuff. I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. All right, just a little bits. But then we can move this. So now this becomes its own taller pick. We'll never know that something got cut out of it. I want to add some height back here. Okay, so we're going to move him, turn him around. I'm going to leave this pick the length as it is. All right. I'm going to go right back in here. Ooh, and look, we're getting little hints of glitter, little hints of glitter and glam right back there. There we are. All right, we got one. Let's find another spot for this one. I think kind of maybe behind the bow-ish. Let's go in right behind here, see what we can do. Ooh, that's looking pretty. I like it. I might actually take an entire one though and kind of go right down the middle, kind of that way, and push it kind of all the way down. I'm cutting a little bit off the stem. I took like about an inch off, okay? I want to be able to leverage the height on this, okay? There we go. That way we're seeing the tops of this, but it doesn't obscure our ghosty friend, okay? It's going that way. We did some this. We got a lolly in there. You know what I'm going to do, guys? Hold on a second. If I can do it. Okay. I've decided I want to cut this a little bit shorter. About an inch shorter. I know I'm crazy. You're like, you just put that in there. Why are you doing that, lady? Well, sometimes you think that you want the length you want, and then you get it, and you're like, no, it's just not right. There we go. It's a bit more even. Doesn't look quite so cockeyed. Or, I don't know. Here we go. Ugh, wispy. Okay, what else are we going to need to add in here? I think maybe another set of these, just because I feel like we need them kind of more, some on the ends here. So I'm going to go in the ends with one of these. Trying to bring this in. I still do have the orange roses. Let's not forget the orange roses. I wonder if I can get in. Yeah, right in here. Yay. I can bend it down a little bit so it kind of cascades down a little bit. Oh, I like that a lot. That's looking good, looking good, looking good. I'll try to do the same on the other side with this little piece. It is a smaller piece, so yeah, that would look weird. Try to go right in here. Poke, 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 poke. I know my head's in the way. I'm sorry. There we go. We're doing good. We're doing good. Okay. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. We're doing good. I think we're good on those. Good on those. We still have to put in our candy corn. But do we? I don't know. I'm kind of not feeling the candy corn because I'm feeling like the orange, and I don't want to bring in the yellow. I'm not feeling the candy corn on that, guys. I'm not. No. But what I am feeling is we got some pumpkins. We got some pumpkins. And what if we just kind of put a little pumpkin on the side? Right there. I don't want to do it in the front. Only because there's a lot of that missing. And that looks too weird. We're just gonna put a rose in there. But I think we're gonna go like that way. All right. All right, let's try it. All right, I'm just gonna add some hot glue to the skewer at the end. These are foam pumpkins. These came from the at-home store. I've bought them there several years in a row. I love them from there. I'm so afraid that they're going to go out of business and not have this anymore. If my purchase of jack-o'-lanterns alone could keep them in business, then we have nothing to worry about. Okay, it's in there. I think I have to take a little bit of length off that, otherwise it's going to be a little too long. Okay, let's try it. I'm going to add some glue. Add some glue. Yeah, the ball picks. Those are coming next. Rotate this around so we get the better view of what's not. There we go. All right. And then see how it kind of, it looks really cute. Like here's our bow. It's kind of coming out that way. Yeah, you know what? It was fine. Let's bring the elements of the bow toward the back. I like that. Okay, there we go. I do have another pumpkin that I think I'm going to try to put back here just for fun and balance. Because if I do it like that, then it looks like, it looks like Princess Leia cinnamon buns. Everything is a little bit too symmetrical. We don't want that. So I think I can put that on a skewer and make that come out of the top. I'll use a taller skewer. All right. Let's do that. Let's do this. All right. Skewer in. Boom, boom, boom. I think we're pretty good on the height, but let me take a little bit off. All right, I'm going to shove this one in. I'm going to carefully place the pumpkin. Let's jam it in. All right, we're going to go right in here, okay? And we're going to try to find our way through those mesh curls because we don't want to stab the mesh. All right. Now I'm pushing it in. There. Pushing it a little bit more. Excellent. There we go. Let's get that out of the way. All right. I am liking that. Okay, now I think the last thing we're going to add is just these ball picks. I have 2 of these. Now, these came from the at-home store. They are like $2.99 for 3 of them. So it's not too bad. And let's take a look in terms of height. Oh, God, there's so much garbage. I can't deal with the garbage. Ugh. All right. These can be cut down so super easily. Let me get this out of the way. We might just be able to put them in as is in a couple spots. Let me try that. All right. I'm going to try to put one kind of coming out of the back. And again, don't forget we haven't put the orange roses in yet. But, oh, nice. Yeah. Look at that dimension. We need one right over here. All right. Let's do that there too. Just adding glue. I keep getting this message, iPad storage full. Yes, I know. Not now. All right, let me find my path before I try to stick this in there. Okay, let's see what that looks like from the front. Oh, there we go. A little hint of that back there. I like that. Then we're going to put another one kind of right back there. And then I think we're going to add the other ones, but we're going to bring them more toward the front. So we're kind of just dealing with the back of this for now. Let's put that. Oh, I love it. Here's the other pack. Yay. They also have these for like 4th of July, and they've had these in other color combinations and stuff before too. So these are pretty cool. Mama like. All right. Oh, gosh. Okay. I don't care if the floor is a mess. I just can't have the table be a mess. Alrighty. So let's look at, what do we want to put? We've got 3 of these. I can cut these down. I can create like multiple skewers out of these things. All right. But the stem has to be long enough to get in there. Otherwise it's going to just poke out a little bit. So I don't honestly know how many I can get out of this, but I'm going to try to cut one here. So I've got that one and I've got this one. I'm going to try to put this one in there. Okay. Going in. And then we want to separate these out too, right? I forgot to do that with the other ones. Let me do that, kind of separate them out. They don't have to all be in the same length, you know, the same plane. Make them 3-dimensional. Have some move forward, some move backward. There we go. Okay, and then I have a nice longer one. So let's take that and put it maybe slightly in front of the lollipop. It's not enough to obscure it, but just enough to kind of give some coverage right down here. There we go. Oh, I love that. Love it. Work it. Own it. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with some other ones. So here we go. Maybe, yeah, we're going to kind of go for the length on this one, I think, maybe. Well, you know what? Maybe go for a whole length one back there. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a whole length one back there. All right. Here we go. Almost done, guys. Not that much longer. I can't find the foam. There's too much goodness in here. All right, just slightly down. There we go. Slightly in, just a little bit more. All right. All right. Nope, a little bit more. Go down, go down, go in just a little more. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we need some over here. So I'm going to bring this in. Okay, we're going to kind of spread them out. Adding some glue off screen. Now let's try to put it in maybe like right here. Yeah, maybe a little in, a little further in. Okay, and I got one tiny little piecey left, and I think I'm gonna go right behind, like right into here, if I can, if it lets me. There, it let me. Yay! Just a tiny little bit. Okay, perfect. Got that in there, and there. Now we're going to put a couple of our roses in there, the orange ones. I am taking off the green leaves because they're not black, so I don't like that. But I kind of feel like I'm needing a floral in the center there, so I'm going to go put that in the middle. It's cut down low. Perfect. I like that. Okay. Let's see where else we need a couple. All right. I'm going to go now behind the hat. I want to go like right in here, if I may. Oh, geez, I can't even find where this is supposed to go. I can't find the hole. Wouldn't be the first time I heard that. Okay, there we go. So we can see a little bit of orange there. And I think right in here, we could do with a little dab of orange, just a little. So let's cut this off. I just take these off. Yeah. All right. Okay. Just little hints. I didn't want to have too much orange in there. That's why I waited till the very end to do this. I want to push it down a little bit because I don't want it to be at the same height as the other ones. There we go. Just so it's kind of like peeking out of there. Okay. And I think on the back, let's add some on the back. Okay, so I added one right in there. Do something kind of sort of similar on the other side. I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna do as I say, not as I do. I'm going through the mesh, guys. I'm trying to poke it through the mesh. Poke, poke, poke. Go, 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 go. Go through the mesh. Ugh. This is why you shouldn't poke it through the mesh. Do as I say, not as I do. There we go. It's going. It's going. All right. And I think maybe one back there, and then that's it. That is all I want to do. Oh, that one is a little busted. Okay. All right. This was super fun. I've got a pumpkin one I'm going to make. Okay. Looking from the back. Looks good. From the front, let's take a look. Let's give it a final zhuzh. If anybody knows how to spell that, I would love to know because I've never been able to spell zhuzh. All right, get our little glue wispies off of there. Sorry. There we go. Oh my gosh, he looks so cute. Okay, so here we go. This again, this blow mold was from Walmart. It's $29.99. It's a candy dish, okay? So the inside is scooped like that. I filled it with gaps and cracks. I left it for over 24 hours. And then we came in and we started putting our florals in there. Just a varied array. You can get florals from, like I said, MCBrafts. Start there, MCBrafts.com. Start there. And then, whatever you find at Michael's, at home, it's just putting it all together, and shopping for the supplies is sometimes half the fun. So we love to do that. That's, to me, it's my favorite part. Amy, I will have this listed for sale. I'm going to have this at sweetariadecor.com. It'll probably be there tomorrow. I'm exhausted and I need to go eat dinner tonight, so I'm probably not going to get it done tonight. But oh, you got the ghost from Dollar General. You know what? I gotta find a Dollar General by me. I haven't been in one in years, and everyone keeps saying that they've got great stuff. Driftwood Hill Design. I'm so glad you think he's adorable. Yeah, I mean the picks. If you have a hard time getting it into the foam, so I don't like the Loctite. I did not have good luck with that version. I use the Gaps and Cracks by Great Stuff. It's red and with a yellow lid. But if it has issues going in, then with some of your stems, then cut them on an angle, and that'll kind of sharpen it up. Sometimes some of these things are wrapped in paper at the bottom and it makes it kind of dull. So just sharpen it up. See if you can stab it in there. Otherwise, a pick machine is very helpful. I know they're expensive, but if you look on eBay, they're worth their weight in gold, quite honestly. They're over $100 on eBay, but if you do a lot of crafting, it is worth the investment. Trust me, my friends, it is absolutely worth it. Oh, Carol's watching. Hello, Carol. Christine, I'm glad you think he's so cute. Irene. Irene, I have not gone through adding up the supplies yet, but I'll have it listed at sweetariadecor.com, and you will be able to see then what I list it for. So I gotta do math. Math is not my strong suit, guys. Math is not my strong suit. So, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rotate once. I have a lazy Susan. I should have put him on that. But here we're rotating. Okay, see that? There's the back. There's the front. Okay, but let me turn these lights down, and I will. I'll turn him on. You can watch him glow. He'll be all aglow. I mean, the lights aren't going to go all the way down, but maybe kind of get a better idea of what he looks like glowing. So there's two settings. One is a regular on and the other is a timer. Well, that doesn't really help very much now, does it? Let me turn off the other light here. I can't get that light off because that doesn't have an off switch. Darn it. Well, trust me, he glows. He glows. It's that other light. Darn it. Maybe I can turn off these overhead ones here. Let me try. Oh, there's a little bit more of a glow. A little bit. All right, but he does light up. I'll probably take him outside maybe a little bit and try to get some pictures of him. But he is so super cute. I love it. I've got another one of him that I'm going to make, probably mimicking the same design. And then I've got a pumpkin. Let me show you guys the pumpkin. He's so cute too. Eek. Maybe I'll make him on another live. So here's the pumpkin. This is his buddy, Pumpkin. All right. Here's his friend. I don't know if you guys can see him okay, hopefully. Yep, there's his friend. So that's the pumpkin. He's so cute too. Oh my gosh, I love him. His foam started popping up, so good thing I'm cutting it level because it looks like his brain's coming out of his head. It's kind of funny. All right, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. You can catch me over on the TikTok. I'm going to try to go live there this weekend, probably beforehand. I'm still making more jack-o'-lanterns, but I'll be over there. You can catch all my stuff, sweetariadecor.com. All right, and then check my profile. You can get links for my affiliate link for MCBrafts. You can go there, and then my bow maker was the Easy Bows Design Pro. All right, thanks so much, guys. Have a spooktacular rest of your week. Ooh. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can follow me all over social media, and you can shop my store at sweetariadecor.com.